Sorry, I'm just testing to see if my mic is okay. Okay. Hey. So this is not a podcast. I just have an opinion too much, I guess. The Great Lock-In of 2026. You probably have heard of this. No introduction needed. So people just want to make something their best year, and let's just try to see if I can get you guys to commit to doing something. Sorry, ignore my voice. I have no idea what's up with me. Okie dokie. First of all, you have more than 330 days, right? Yeah. More than 330 days left of this year. And I want to tell you guys that it goes like water, honestly. Last year went so absurdly fast for me. And it's not just because of me being on this channel instead of doing other stuff. It's because it was just a fast year, and I think many people could agree on that. Okay, now this lock in. Let's talk about why people need to. First of all, your life is gonna suck if you don't commit to doing something. Anyway, let me just change my avatar because this video is about locking it. It's slightly different. Yeah, she's called Iconic. Okay, sorry. Let me just put makeup on. Okay, so guys, you guys honestly need to be less lenient with yourselves when it comes to your goals. I mean it. Don't beat yourself up and say, "Oh, my life is like oh blah 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 and I can never do this." Don't do that. That's that's a huge bleh, okay? You guys have to see it like you have an opportunity every single day. You wake up every single day. That's a chance to continue, okay? You can't just say another day, another struggle. No, get out of that habit. Get out of that funk. The only way you do it is through actions. And let me tell you about one of the things that often slows people down. Do not expect overnight results and do not be like, let me do my 3 day grind. No. Have you ever noticed that when you try to commit to something, you notice you last maybe 4 days and then that's it, you're burnt out? Well, that's because our mind, or our brain rather, has neural pathways. Our mind is wired to do whatever we have always assumed that it does. So we may not be aware of our mind listening to this, but the thoughts that you have about yourself, yeah, your mind listens, and your mind actually reflects that in your daily life. It's quite an interesting and fascinating topic. Might be for another day. But guys, you just have to see it like, let's say you want to go to the gym. If you have never been to the gym before, what makes you think with your mind you'll just suddenly want to go or you'll be tempted to go? You can't be tempted unless you have actually tried it. Seriously. Unless you hear about someone else do it, that's like a secondary thing. You have to push yourself, you know. The first day is gonna suck. The first day is gonna feel like, why am I doing this? And then you'll realize, wait, it actually helps. And then eventually, it becomes so hard to, not do it. It's the same I had with my drawings and with my videos and stuff. There were times where I'm thinking, what's the point? But then I remind myself, this is the whole point of discipline. Sometimes you don't understand the individual effort, but you understand it when it's compounded. So I'll give you guys a bit of an example, right? Let's say that you are applying for a job and they want a portfolio. You spend time working on this portfolio. You're doing one drawing, which feels draining. Then you do two, which also feels draining, sorry. And then three, guess what? You won't be able to guess it. Draining. So the ultimate thing is that you come up with as many drawings as you can, and then at the end of the day, you have maybe 30 or however many. But that creates a portfolio because it compounds. And then when someone wants to see what you do, look, you can show them that. Because you may not have noticed every single effort, but you notice how it compounds. Without all of those required drawings, you wouldn't have been able to have compiled this portfolio, you know? And oh crap, there's a beast right there. Okay. So it's the same with working on your goals. one video, one gym session, whatever. You guys just have to know this. I am lazy, but I have been to the gym before. And day one sucked, okay? But then when you make a habit of it, it gets easier. And if anyone is wondering if I still go, no, I don't actually need to. But I did have my opportunity. Come on, come on, come on! Why do I always suck at getting this? And now he's gonna disappear. Great, great. So yeah, this is why I tell you guys to focus on, like, you know, making everything work. You have 365 days on December 31st, pretty much, right? To make everything great. You have all of that. And when I mean December 31st, I'm talking about the end, right when it strikes midnight. Okay, fine, 1st of January. The mathematicians will get me for that one. So, seriously, make every single day worth it. Make your younger self, whatever self, your future self, proud of you, you know? Try to think about it that way. And remember that every single day you do is a day or a step closer to what you want to do, you know? And if you're thinking about taking a break, don't worry. A day or two is not going to do anything. But if you guys have a necessary situation where you can't post, aka me next week, because I'm going on pilgrimage, Umrah, by the way, um, it's just something that you need to be very serious about. You need to take these days seriously. You have to understand motivation is something that is heavily unreliable. It's all about the discipline, honestly. If you guys rely on feeling like you want to do something, I'm sorry, there's your year gone. Because feelings are so rare, and the only way you can feel so called motivated is if you do it to begin with. How can you feel motivated to do something you never do? And if you're always waiting for motivation, you're being motivated to get motivation to get something done. You're actually waiting for a two-step thing, not a one-step thing. So you want something which is immediate, not the gratification. You want to work on something immediate, but you can't rely on immediate gratification. And you have to be okay with that. Life doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Sometimes we can get things immediately, but other times we work for it, you know. And it feels so much nicer to actually work for something and, you know, get it. You know, when I spend money just generally, I'm like, oh, fun, okay. But when I spend money from my commissions and stuff I personally do, rather than just other stuff, it hits differently and it makes me motivated to keep going because that's what I've been telling myself this entire time, you know. It's all about going forward and taking steps. And for anyone who wants to be, I don't know, a pessimist in the chat or someone who's like, easier said than done, yes, because you're in the same freaking bubble. Okay, I'm in a bubble. I was meant to say boat, but I said bubble. But yeah, both make sense. So you guys have to show up for your dreams. You have to show up for the things that you love. You think someone else is gonna care about your dream? And why is she sleep? What's she doing? I'm sorry, that's too funny. But yeah, guys, be great. Do that video you wanted to do. Make that portfolio. Apply for that job. Do whatever you have to do. Okay. And a common thing that I often get asked is get a job. Okay. I do commissions on the side plus this channel full time. But let me be real with you. I'm committed as hell for content, okay? Because that's where my grind is at. My grind did not just start this year, it started last year. But it's all about showing up for yourself, being the best version of you, doing things like that. You know, one of the things that helps me is ask yourself this: what would the best version of me do? Or if I was to achieve my goal, how would they live their lives? Honestly. And it makes you start thinking they would not be lying down in bed 24/7. They would probably not be watching or binging anime all the time, just sometimes. And they would also be thinking about what to apply for next or what kind of video to do next, you know. So I hope this video actually helps to motivate someone because it shouldn't really be opinion focused. Okay, let me please mention this point. I have made a post about this recently, but making a video would probably help more. My videos have my advice, what works for me. If you guys resonate, cool. But I don't expect nor encourage you to resonate 100% with what I'm saying. You guys are free to explore your own, horizons. And if you watch someone else, never take 100% of what they say because you have your own soul searching to do. You want to see what works for you, not someone else. But you can always get inspiration from other stuff. So that's where, you know, things will actually work out for you. You guys just need to be chill with that. Like, seriously. You have to understand that this year is not just, oh, it's 2026, then 2027. No, it's 365 days for you to make whatever you want happen. Do not waste it. Seriously. It's not an all fun and games anymore. If you are young and watching this and you're still thinking about your career, this is a good time because you're actually thinking about it at a really good stage in your life. You can be prepared for later on. And if you're not that young, I still want to say, okay, sorry, respectfully, it's never too late. Honestly, my my videos, my channel, it's for all audiences. So if you resonate with anything, I would appreciate a subscribe, comment, like, all of that stuff. I have to be generic, okay? I need this channel to grow. I kind of need to encourage it because, yeah, it's important. But the most important thing is I want to give you guys value in return. And in order to help me, I would appreciate if you guys could meet me halfway. But this is still part of my grind, showing up with videos, trying to be myself, trying to express, what. There are times where I want to sleep, there are times where I don't want to do anything, but I remind myself I gotta do it. Now, here is one more thing before I decide to call it quits for this video. Do not get confused between discipline and burnout. Burnout is very different. Burnout is when you feel like something is snapping. You don't want to do anything anymore. You feel demotivated. You compare yourself too much. You obviously feel tired and exhausted. It's different. Discipline should feel like, okay, you feel lazy, but you can do it. It doesn't make you feel like you're having an existential crisis. It doesn't make you feel like, something is not working. Sometimes, but burnout is much more personal and mental. So please, if you feel burnt out, take a break. But remember to keep yourself grounded, maybe a week or two at most, because you don't want to forget your initial intention. And remember, discipline is a build up. So if you keep a break for too long, that discipline is going to have to be made up again from square one. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you to kind of get a move on. I hope after this video you guys do something productive. And if you are someone who is about to do something great, let me know in the comments. I would love to be updated by you guys.